Hey y'all, welcome to the live. Just putting a little bit of sunblock on. Today I'm using this SkinCeuticals one. This is a physical sunscreen. It's a mineral one. And I like it because it has a tint to it. Hey girl. Oh, you want to be in my live? Come on in. Why'd you decline? I just accepted you to be a part of my live. What y'all up to today? It's hella hot, isn't it? Just putting some sunscreen on. Oh, it was an accident? Got excited for a second. Thanks for joining, bestie. Y'all gotta make sure to protect your skin. We don't want no wrinkles here. Aw, Weston's crying. That's my godson, everyone. Baby Weston. Just gonna do a little bit of color correcting. I'm just doing a really quick get ready with me. Heading to church in a little. Let's do a little bit of a primer. I'm going to use this Ray Morris one. I don't use it that often, but I did see Hung Van Go recommend it, so that's why I picked it up. And I also, in this live, wanted to use some of the products that I recently picked up during the Chantecaille Sylvie sale that they just had. I'm just using a little bit of the Sephora mattifying primer because it's hot. And I have combo skin, so I get a little oily in the T-zone. It's actually perfect that you can only watch for until like 4:30ish because church starts at 5, so I'm only going till about then anyway. It's 4:03 right now, and church is just down the street, so it won't take me long to get there. All right, what should we do next? Let's do a little bit of eyebrow gel. Switching it up today, and I'm going to use the Jecca Black one. I never hear anybody talk about this one for some reason. I got it a while back. It's a pretty strong hold. So I like that about it. And it doesn't leave too many of those little white dots, which like those flaky things, if you know what I mean, that some of them leave. Like the Ardell one that I've been using. Just some of the eyebrow gels that have good hold leave a little bit of like a white film. Some more than others, but we'll start there. Oh, and then if anybody watched my last week's Sunday Get Ready With Me live, I did my Lashify eyelashes on camera, and these are the exact same ones. It's exactly 1 week later, and they are still hanging on pretty well. So I just wanted to show how I just kind of touch these up. if any of them start to loosen up throughout the week or anything like that, I just give them a good little clamp to make sure they kind of stay on. But I don't know if you can tell, these ones right here in the inner corner are kind of starting to come off. So what I do is I just take my Lashify clear glue, and it has a little pointy tip on it, and I just kind of get right underneath the spine of the eyelash. Hopefully you can see, but I just go in there and put just like a couple of dots of glue, and then I try to just re-glue them on in place, because the first thing that kind of starts lifting up is the spine for some reason. So I just go back in with my tool. I like to redo these weekly, but it's been busy this weekend, so I haven't really gotten a chance to. So it's fine. I'll just be able to get a few more days use out of them in the meantime until I can do them again. And I'm not wearing any anything on my lips other than just that Too Faced Extreme Lip Injection lip gloss. So that's why they've gotten red, because it's doing its plumping action type thing that it does. So I'm gonna start out by doing, let's do a little bit of tinted moisturizer. I've really been loving this Chantecaille one here, and I'm going to try to use it up because this is the old formula, and they have recently reformulated this. I've heard good things about the new reformulation, so it sounds promising, but I have pretty much 2 full tubes of the other formulation, so I'm just going to hold off on that for now. But I also wanted to wash my makeup brushes today. Didn't really get to that, so still going in with the same makeup brushes that I've been using for the past couple weeks. I try to wash my brushes like every couple weeks. So this is your reminder to wash your makeup brushes if it's been a while. So I'm just tapping that on to the skin like so. I'm not going crazy with the coverage because this is just going to be like a no makeup type of look. And let's see, what else should we use? Let's use I'm going to use the Ciroc concealer. This little one right here, and it's in the shade 5. This is a really good concealer, and it's quite underrated, maybe because of the price tag on it. Let me know if anybody's tried this concealer. But it leaves a beautiful finish, and it's really good at not creasing throughout the day. So I do really like that about it. And I'm just going to be going in with this Chikuhodo Takumi T6 to blend it out. I just put like the smallest amount of this, if you saw, because I think that that color corrector underneath already has provided me a little bit of added coverage as well. But I'm just gonna go in with this Tom Ford stick concealer, which is also light coverage, so it's a good one to use when you're using a tinted moisturizer because it's not going to be too off balanced with the rest of the light coverage products that we're going to be using today. And then I also want to showcase the new Chanel palette that I got. I did showcase in one of my recent YouTube videos that I used the medium coral one, and I posted some reels on how I used that one. But then I decided to pick up the other shade, medium rose gold. They have a few more shades, like 3 more shades. But these are beautiful palettes. And I heard great reviews on them. So I'm still trying this one out, and I wanted to showcase it today. I'm going to go in with a little bit of eyebrow gel. This is the Benefit Precisely My Brow Wax. I just saw that I have like a little eyelash right here that's bothering me, so give me one quick second. I'm going to get it out with these tweezers. Got it. This is a fiber brow gel that also has really good hold. So it's a good multitasking product to use when you are in a rush. And then for the rest of the eyebrows, I'll just be using this Melt Perfectionist brow pen. And I'm just going to go in and fill in any of the gaps that there might still be. This eyebrow pen, at the time I got it, at least it only came in one shade, in the shade Universal, which I could see why it would be a universal shade. It's almost just like a neutral brown, but it's not super intense. So I can see how it could be suitable for a lot of people's different, like a lot of people with different hair color, like blondes to brunettes, because it's not like a super intense brow pen. Hey Alicia, thank you for joining my live. I'm doing another quick get ready with me today. And I know that you commented on considering these Chanel palettes, so I wanted to showcase the medium rose gold one today. So hopefully you can stick around so you can see that. I'm going to go in and powder with a little bit of this Givenchy powder, the Prism Libre one. And oh, I also picked up the new Rephr synthetic brushes. So I should have used that one for my moisturizer, but I forgot. So I'm just going to be using it for powder. It's pretty good for powder because if you really want to pack it on, the bristles are pretty densely packed for that, but not too dense. And I really like to push the product into my skin just because I think that has the most natural look. Okay, and then let's go in with the Chanel palette, shall we? Now that we have our base on. So I'll go ahead and go in with the, let's see, I'll go in with this, it's this BL 30-1 brush. Hey JP, my brother just joined. I'm doing a quick get ready with me. So I'm gonna go into the middle shade here. It's the bronzer. And do you see how this has kind of like a flatter surface? It's perfect to just dip right in to that bronzer tone there. And I'm just going to be tapping that onto the skin. Welcome to the live. I'm just doing a quick get ready with me. I'm using the new Chanel palette that I recently picked up. These are limited editions, so if y'all are interested in these, you better go pick it up before they pull them. This is just kind of like a natural, no makeup look. That I'm showcasing here today. Oh, and I also picked up a few products during the recent Chantecaille Sylvie sale that I wanted to showcase today. So I wanted to use those on camera. If you saw my stories the other day, I talked about how I picked up the new, or it's not new, it's just new to me. It's the Chantecaille Single Shadow. This is in the shade Mustang, and it's just like a really beautiful everyday one and done taupe shade. Oh, you didn't know they were limited edition? I'm pretty sure they're limited edition. That's what I've been hearing. If anybody can correct me if I'm wrong, please do. But a lot of times Chanel releases limited edition things, and I don't know if they make it very obvious. For them to work on my skin tone, I would have to get deep. Okay, yeah. Cindy's not on this live, but she was on this. Sometimes she pops up, and I know that she picked up a couple. She has a deeper skin tone, and I think she got the 2 deeper shades. So she would be a good person to ask about that. I think her handle is RNChick12, if I'm not mistaken. But she would be a good one to ask about her opinion on those deeper shades. Alicia, I hope that they do work out for your skin tone. But she has told me that she loves them. So remember I told y'all that I was kind of collecting these single shadows. I don't know if you saw that on my Insta stories the other day, but just right here in front of me, I do have a couple more, but these are the single shadows from Chantecaille. They are pricey. A lot of people do think that they're overpriced, and I can totally see why. You're just getting one single shadow for the price of like what you can get for a decent eyeshadow palette. But they are really elegant formulas, and they're just beautiful. It's almost like a Chanel single shadow. It's pure luxury. And it does make you feel a little bit better about the price because they donate some of the proceeds to animals in the wild. So this one's like a champagne-y shade. It's a warm champagne. This one's the cheetah one. And then this one is the lion one, and it's a golden copper. So they kind of correspond to the colors of the animal that they show on the front. And then this one's the Mustang one. So maybe we can just swatch them so I can showcase all of them. This one's the Mustang. And it looks like that. And luxury eyeshadow formulas just have the ability to really lay very nicely on eyelids, especially if you have any texture or wrinkles. This is the lion one, so I'm going to go in with my finger here, and I'm going to swatch that right next to the Mustang shade. Hey Juan, thanks for joining. Yes, it's my Sunday Get Ready With Me live before church. It's 4:19, so we only have a little bit of time here that I'm working with to do this. I could be on this live all day and chat with y'all. So thanks everyone for joining and being here today. And then that's the cheetah one. If anyone's interested in seeing those three colors, they're just gorgeous, aren't they? They're just really perfect one and done shades. Oh, I also wanted to show you the towel that I got from Fude Bobo when I placed my order recently. I did also talk on my chats about how I recently picked these brushes up. I just haven't washed them yet, so I have to wash them first so they can bloom. But look at, isn't this such a pretty towel? It's obviously from Japan, but I don't know, it just kind of gives me like Mexican fiesta vibes, if you know what I mean. So thank you, Bobo, for that, if Bobo ever decides to watch this live. Sometimes she pops in. So let's go in with this Mustang eyeshadow, shall we? Because I haven't tried it before. I'm just going to go in with a brush today because my nails are long. So I'm going to go in with this Bobo Chikuhodo Weasel brush. And I do have an affiliate link to Bobo's website. If anybody's interested in the brushes that I use, you can find the link in my bio on Instagram. So I'm just going to swipe this shadow across the lid just like so. These are just perfect one and done shades that you could just throw on the lid and go. And a lot of eyeshadow shades, especially when they're sparkly or glittery or have like a sheen to them, don't look that great in the crease, but that's not the case with these. In addition to not emphasizing wrinkles, they just lay so beautifully, and it's almost like multidimensional, if you can tell. Even if you do carry it up, if you have hooded eyes, I do have like a partial hood to my eyes. So, especially when all my Botox is worn off. Yeah, this is my first time using this particular shade. It's quite nice. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back into this Chanel palette here, and I'm gonna go in with the BL30-2. You can also get this one on Bobo's website. I'm gonna go into the pink shade here. And this pink shade in this medium gold palette has like a golden sheen to it. And I'm normally not the type of person that loves having any sparkles or glitter to my blushes. I would rather have a matte blush. But again, with luxury beauty like Chanel, like Chantecaille, as I was just saying with the eyeshadows, they just have this ability to not emphasize any wrinkles or crow's feet, if that's a concern of yours. For me, I have textured skin, so I just have to be careful with certain formulas so it doesn't emphasize the texture further. Is it true I'm a rich lawyer? No, it's not true. I'm a poor lawyer. This is medium to ginger. It's NARS. And I'm just going to go in and spot conceal some of the melasma, a little bit of hyperpigmentation peeking through. I don't mind some of my freckles showing, so it's not a big deal to me if I don't cover every single spot, but just gives a little bit more of a clean slate. And then I'm just going to take the Natasha Denona medium contour powder with my handy dandy Patrick Ta double-ended brush. I was gonna film a YouTube video today, but it was so hot. I mean, it's just been so hot. And so I just knew that with the lights and everything, I was just gonna be sweating. I have the AC on right now and a Dyson fan next to me, so hopefully it's not too noisy. So I was considering filming later on, but we'll see if I get to it. Let me know if anybody has any particular requests for me to film for my next YouTube video. And then I'm going to be taking, let's see, a lip liner. Why don't we do the lips? This is a Chantecaille shade Tone. And then I have a couple of Hourglass lip liners that I just picked up too. But I'm just going to first go in with this MAC cork. Like I said, I don't have anything on my lips other than that Too Faced Extreme Clear Lip Gloss, but it's giving my lips like a pinky tone just because it's plumping, and that one does kind of burn. So if your lips are sensitive to that, then don't do it. I'm just using this Tensado KQ12S brush that I absolutely adore. It is a true holy grail. You could also get this on Foodie Bubble's website through my affiliate link in my bio if you're interested. But I just love this flat weasel brush. It's a Kolinsky brush because it's so good at just like cleaning up any lines. I use it to clean up my eyebrows like this. I use it, as you can see, to clean up along the lips. It's also great if you struggle with doing like a wing eyeliner and you want to just do like a liner with shadow, and then this can just help you clean it right up. So highly recommend that. And then that's pretty much it, y'all. Let's put on a little bit more bronzer, because at the end of everything, it's always a good idea to just look to see what else you need, what else needs a little bit of blending. You want to just make sure you really get into the hairline so it doesn't look like you're wearing a mask. So the difference between this Chanel face palette, thank you, Beck. She said pretty. I appreciate that. So this one is the Chanel face palette in medium coral, and this one is in medium rose gold. So this one has like a lighter highlighter. This one has a highlighter that's a little bit too deep for me to use as a highlighter, but it's really pretty mixed into the bronzer for a nice like sheen. It's a nice like golden glow, if you will. And then I did want to showcase just a last couple quick products here that I picked up at the Chantecaille Sylvie sale. I don't have any code with Chantecaille. They've never sponsored me. They don't know what, they've never sent me anything for free. I buy everything myself. But this is the new bronzer that they just came out with, the Sunstone Real Bronze Bronzer. This is another bronzer that I've really been loving lately. I can swatch this right here next to these shadows for you. But same with Chanel, Chantecaille, like just the bronzer is just, it lays so beautifully on the skin. This is their Sunstone Radiant Blush in the shade Energy. These might be limited edition as well. This has kind of like a golden sheen to it as well, similar to the Chanel one. But as you can see, this one's more peachy and this one's more pink. But they do have another shade in these that is more pink and less of a peach tone. So what I like about these blushes that have a little bit of a sheen to them is that you really don't need a highlighter, especially if you're doing your makeup quickly and you want to cut down on steps. You could just use that's when I go in with like a more glowy blush as opposed to a matte blush, because just like with blush, it's hard to, in my opinion, go overboard with highlighter just because I love highlighter, but sometimes the time just doesn't allow for that. And then I might just, at the very end when my hair is up, I don't do that much contouring because I don't want it to just be super obvious, but I might just touch up a little bit with just like a big fluffy brush that is not too dense. Thank you, Alicia. I appreciate that. Just to further define the jawline and make sure that we have kind of like a consistent tone going on everywhere, just for a little bit more definition. With age, I think I'm just going in lighter and lighter with the contour, just because we tend to lose the volume and the collagen in our skin with age. So yeah. And then why don't we just top it off with a lip gloss? Oh, I also picked up the Pure Rose Water. It's a setting spray from Chantecaille during the recent sale. This is limited edition as well. They take the roses from, I think, like the south of France or something, and only in like the month of May. That's why they call it the Rose de Mai. It's a pretty penny, but it is really nice, I must say. It's really refreshing on days like today. It smells exactly like fresh roses. And then I did mention this perfume that I picked up, and I did just do like a couple of sprays when I first unboxed it, but I haven't actually used it out. So this will be my first time using this Vetiver unisex fragrance from Chantecaille as well. All of their fragrances are unisex, and I believe, if not almost all of them, and they don't have very many, but this one just smells amazing. It's so refreshing and clean smelling. Highly recommend this one. I also linked this one on my LTK, and you can find that at the link in my bio as well. I'm getting my Amazon storefront and my like to know it and all of that together for you, and I've been adding products on there slowly but surely that that are staples and that I'm obsessed with and that I can't live without. So I've been collecting these Chantecaille fragrances as well. They just smell so good. So highly recommend that. But I think that's just going to be it today. I might just throw on a lip cheek. This one's in the shade Camellia. And the other day I posted a short and I used the shade Patience. This one's a little bit more pinky. Patience is a little bit more of a cool to neutral brown. I don't believe this is limited edition. I didn't pick up any limited edition shades in the recent sale because they came out with that new collection probably like the day after the Sylvie sale. So let me know if anybody of you have picked them up, but I'm sure you can't go wrong with any of them. I've seen swatches online and they look lovely. So that's going to be all for now. I could just throw on a finishing powder real quick. This one is the Lotus Perfect Blur Glow Powder. And I actually picked up a backup of this during the sale this is limited edition, but for some reason they've had it on their website for a pretty long time now. So I was surprised, and it just gives like the most beautiful finish on the skin. So I do highly recommend this one. And I'm going to go in with a powder brush, the Zen 1, the Chikuhodo Zen 1. It's just a big fluffy brush. You can also get it on Bobo's website. And as a final step, I just go in and buff everything together just to make sure that we don't have any harsh lines. And this just gives a beautiful veil to the skin. It really does make a big impact. When I use this powder and throughout the day I look in the mirror, I'm always like, dang, like, what did I do differently today? Is it my foundation? And then I remember that I used this finishing powder. And it's called the Perfect Blur Glow Powder for a reason, even though it's glowy. And I was kind of hesitant to believe that it blurred, because when things are glowy, they don't tend to also be blurring. But I don't know what type of magic is in this powder, but I do highly recommend this one as well if you're looking for a really nice finishing powder. They also have this highlighter, and I do also think that this is still available as well, even though it's technically limited edition, but it's also part of the Lotus line. And just to show you, and I just love like the attention to the detail that they put. I was raving about this in my stories the other day, but just look at how there's that imprint on it. It just makes for an overall lovely, luxurious experience when you're using Chantecaille products, which you should have, because you get what you pay for with these products. And just the beautiful packaging. I love this color. It's just really, really nice. And so I'm just going to pop a little bit of that highlighter on the top of the cheekbones like so, just so you can see. How beautiful that is. It's nice and subtle. Again, not going to emphasize any imperfections on your skin. Love Chantecaille. That's about it, y'all. For real, for real. I can just keep going and going and going, but I don't want to be late. You need to try Chantecaille and Chanel. Yeah, I highly recommend them. And I would love to hear your thoughts, Alicia. If you do try any of their products, let me know what you think. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, everyone. I appreciate you joining my Sunday live today and commenting and engaging with me. Bye.